Recently, we have quite a few of our Canada startup visa clients who just got their PR granted. Today, we have the great pleasure to have Mr. Stuart Brown from PiCap Toronto to give us some more advice about how to apply for the SUV. Thank you, Stuart.
Great, thank you, John. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Stuart. We all understand the SUV, the startup visa, becoming more popular nowadays for more people to apply for it. Is there any good reasons why more people are applying for the SUV?
Yeah, absolutely. So the SUV program allows for entrepreneurs who are based in different countries to access this special stream, which allows them to immigrate into Canada and within a relatively short period of time receive their permanent residency.
Now, when you talk about startup, is it must be technology related? Because I understand there's a requirement for innovation for the business ideas.
There is a requirement for innovation, but it's important to note that for the startup visa program, IRCC is looking for companies with innovation, not necessarily innovative companies. So if you have a traditional business, let's say like a rug manufacturer or a restaurant or something like that, as long as they have a component within their operations that could be classified as innovative, then they should be eligible for the startup visa program.
So even though the applicant is not a tech-savvy person, maybe he's doing the ordinary trading business or whatever, he can still apply, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A great example is one company that's in our incubation program from Iran, who created this rug manufacturing company. So it's a very traditional business, and the company's been around for maybe 50 years in Iran. And when we started digging into the business and learning more about it, we found out that despite them not having software and artificial intelligence and all of these very high-tech things that we think of when we hear the word innovation, they were actually able to calibrate the process of their manufacturing so they could use organic materials, which no other factory in Iran was able to utilize. So using that component of his business, it was able to qualify for innovation for the purpose of this startup visa program.
I see. So I understand that you have helped hundreds of businesses apply for the SUV. So according to your experience, what are the critical success factors?
So the critical success factors are basically related to the teams who are applying and their ability to create the business and have it relate to the Canadian market. So it's very important because the whole purpose of the startup visa program, why the government created this program, of course, is to have these entrepreneurs contribute to the Canadian economy, increase gross domestic product, have innovation created on within the borders of Canada, create jobs, which speaks to improving unemployment numbers, etc. So in order to showcase that a company is a good fit for this program, they essentially have to show IRCC and the Canadian government that they're a good fit for the Canadian economy.
So the genuine intention to actually start up a business and manage it in Canada is very important. It's not just for the sake of migration, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so there are many misconceptions out there in this immigration world whereby people might be compelled to create a fake company just for the purpose of immigrating into Canada with no real intention on actually running the business in Canada. And from my perspective, that's exactly what IRCC is looking to filter out. So if they see an application that seems like it's just being used for the purpose of immigration only and not actually running the business in Canada, then the risk of rejection is quite high.
I'm aware that the startup visa allows team up to 5 members. So what is your advice? How and what are the things that you have to look after when you want to form a team?
So any decision that's being made in regards to this application process and their business should be backed up by logical business decisions. So whether it's a team of 1 person or a team of 5 people, there has to be business logic to comprise that team. So for example, if you have an entrepreneur who has a strong tech background, but not a good marketing background, then it might make sense to add someone to the team who could fill in that role. Likewise with finance or sales, any sort of typical management team that would make a good company. That's essentially how you should look to add members to your company, not just add them because they want to immigrate to Canada.
Is there any minimum qualification required for someone to apply for the SUV?
Yes, we assess the company based on the validity of the business in terms of its traction and if it makes sense to operate within the Canadian market. Of course, we look closely at the team members and make sure that it's a good fit from their background as well as their ability to run the company. So we look for like domain expertise, industry expertise, experience running a business. But as far as I know, there's no requirement for the academic acumen of the applicants. So for example, if there's someone who's applying through the startup visa program who has only a high school education, that's okay if that individual has a huge long track record of running a successful business in their home country, experience within the industry that they want to operate in, etc., etc.
Okay, thank you, Stuart, all the way coming from Toronto to see us. And thank you for sharing your advice.
Thank you, John. Great to be here.
Yeah. Okay, just now you have heard a lot of advice from our expert, Stuart Brown, regarding the SUV. So if you are interested to apply for the Canada Startup Visa, please contact John Hu Migration Consulting.